Well, hello everybody and welcome to draw number 6 of the 2022 Carosella. We are here from the Schenectady Curling Club in Schenectady, New York. My name is Hugh and I'm very happy to be bringing you all of the action here today. This is draw number 5. Is it draw number 5? Yes, this is draw number 5 of 6. Got action going on all 4 sheets now. We're going to be finishing up play in Pool B and Pool C. Find our spreadsheet where we've got all of our information. You can look on our website, SchenectadyCurlingClub.us, Facebook, Schenectady Curling Club, or Twitter and Instagram at CurlSchenectady. But over on sheet 1, let's see. 2 p.m. draw. Sheet 1, we've got Cliffhangers versus The Vice is Right. Over on sheet number 2, we've got Rolling Stones versus Come On Down Rink. Sheet 4, we've got Hole in 1 or 4 versus Team Dollins. And here on sheet 3, we'll be having the pleasure of watching $1 retail price out of Albany versus the Sweeping Beauties out of Metcalfe. Good curlings to be had by all. They're doing the handshakes right now. And we'll get into this one. Albany versus Metcalfe. Well, let's see here. And this is Albany with the red stones. So we can say then that the Sweeping Beauties do have the hammer here in the first end. The lead for the Albany club, Max Sutphin. Second, Rachel Scavina, Vice, Elizabeth Cadwell. And the skip, Carol Roeder, not Carl, excuse me. And then for the Sweeping Beauties, we've seen them here once before. Lead, Mary Carr. Second, Janice Chasse. Vice, Lorraine Wilson, and Skip and Craig. Here's the first stone of this match. On the way. About halfway down here, they're going to start to sweep this one pretty heavy. It's the first end here, so it's going to be pretty slow. They did just scrape the ice before here. And then they pebbled it, nipped it as normal. The ice is very fresh, but this one will get to the first set of dots in between the right-hand TV line and the center line. So now that'll be the first delivery coming up from the Sweeping Beauties. That is Mary Carr here. And this one, they're going to start sweeping this one just about a third of the way down. Again, ice feels totally different from the matches this morning if I had to make a wager. This one, they're going to try and get it all the way down here. That is going to slip by. And where will that one come to rest? That will come to rest just inside the 12-foot line. Just to the inside of the TV line as well, on the right side. That's a very good draw here to start things off. So now they want this one on the button here for $1 retail price. And stone is out. Now is this one going to go? Looking about halfway down, they're going to start sweeping it hard again. This one does not seem like it has the same pace as the previous red stone had. This one might not get to the hog line. You're going to try, but to no avail. That one is taken out of play here. That gives Carr a good opportunity to try and put stone up there on the top of the 12-foot. That is the call being made here. Let's see if you can deliver. No sweeping just yet. They're going to start a little haphazardly halfway down here. Inside sweeping only. Outside sweep trying to get in here. Now both of them are going at it here, trying to get this one to move forward. Let's see, it's starting to come up. I don't think it'll get Not quite to the top of the 12-foot, but that is certainly an acceptable guard at this stage. Only end number 1. Trying to feel it out. Get a feel for the new ice. That's pretty acceptable. Oh, here is the delivery coming now. This is Rachel Scavina, the second for the Albany rink. $1 retail price. They're sweeping this one almost the whole way. Trying to get it around this very high guard. It should come to rest about in the same location. That one, is it over? Seems to be over to me. And they agree. So now there's Janice Chasse. Her first stone of this match here. The end turn on this one on the left-hand side. And this one is tracking. It could go all the way through if it gets swept. And that will be the case. So that one is through out of the back of the house. Lining this one up from the left side. Looking like it'll be a draw play. Or perhaps another guard. Let's see. Looking really narrow off the start here, so it'll be interesting to see how they react to this one. They're sweeping it about halfway down. They come off of it at this point. Let's see here. It will make contact with one of those guards. Bring it more over towards the corner. I don't think that really hurt them, but again, it didn't really help them either. All right, takeout shot perhaps being played here. Very aggressive line. Let's see, they are not sweeping it just yet. About 2/3 of the way down the ice. Out to reach a hog line here. Comes into view. Now hit that guard. Bring it out of play. Good effort. Exactly what needed to be done there. Now here is the vice for $1 retail price. Elizabeth Cadwell. Here we are. And they're going to sweep it from about 1/3 of the way down. Halfway down, still on it here. Sweeping pretty hard. It's going to make contact with that front guard there. Bring it up. And make contact with that other guard. Bring that one out of play. Not exactly sure what the idea was there, but not the end of the world. Now let's see, what is the shot being called for now? All right. Seems like they're going to want to try and bump up that yellow stone in the house and have the stone that they've thrown also hang around. Have them be sitting 2 here with just 3 stones to play on each end after this one is done. So there's the release. Plenty of handle. They've gotten on to sweeping it pretty early on here. From about maybe 2 or 3 feet past the hog line. They're still sweeping. This is not going to get there, I don't think, and it might not even get to the hog line. It is just past the hog line. That does really complicate things if they want to go for more than one here. They could try and promote their other stone. One on the left side that is just not quite into the house. would be above on your screen at home. But in this first end, they are moving away from us. Our vantage point is basically off of the left side, towards the bottom left. That is our vantage point here of this action on sheet 3. All right, now here's this one. Not the best delivery, so we'll have to see how this one will go. It is curling a whole lot. It's gonna hit this guard on the left side. If it doesn't curl... Oh, man. Is that gonna go through? Yes. Thankfully, a bit of a dodged bullet there. $1 retail price could have very easily promoted that stone into the house if it hadn't had a little bit less on the weight. Now here's Wilson, our second. This one given a good amount of pace here. No sweeping just yet. It's about, halfway down the ice. They've started sweeping. They are sweeping hard. They need to get around this center guard here. They've gotten it around. Now it needs to curl. Miss the other ones. Get into the house. Expertly played shot there. Now they're sitting 2. Just 2 stones to play on each team here in the first end. So now the skip of this Albany rink, Daryl Roeder, she walk on down the ice here. She's got the name tag that says Carol, the Price is Right name tag, so it's very easy to tell who she is out there on the ice. The theme of this year's Carosella is The Ice is Right, so a lot of teams have come up with very creative and unique Price is Right themed names. We got $1 retail price, curl on down, hole in 1 or 4, an homage to the game. Big wheel peelers, Vice is Right, cliffhangers, another one of those great games. Come on down rink and actual retail ice. Anyways, right here, let's go of that stone. They're going to start sweeping for about a quarter of the way. Still on it, 2/3 of the way down here. And they're going hard. They're really trying to get this one here. It's got to curl. It could curl around that front stone. It is just going to tap it. Not enough to promote that stone into the house. It'll still be 2 sitting for the Sweeping Beauties. Oh, wow, it's okay. The skip here. And Craig for the Sweeping Beauties. Almost had a bit of a spill, but all is good. She'll push out of the hack here. Her first here in this match. 3rd and final match of pool play for these teams. We got one more draw after this with the A pool teams who had just played previously. They'll finish up their pool play, and then we will have everything sorted as far as seating is concerned. This one is just going to be a guard here trying to clog up the lanes. They are currently sitting 2, so I think they would be content to take a 2. And here's the final stone from Carol Ritter. This one coming very far outside. This one needs to curl and fast. or else it is not going to be a very effective stone. And this one will just stay out there. Ice acts a little weird at this early stage in this game. So now then, barring any mishaps here, minimum of this first end, the Sweeping Beauties taking 2. They could try and get a third here. I see a potential path around the right side. Not a whole lot around the left side unless they want to try and do a little double hit there with those 2 guards. I think they're going to try to come around the right side. Yeah. Let's see. See what they do. Yep, they have decided to go around the right side based on the location of the Vice's broom. Let's see. Can she dial up a good shot here and potentially take 3 in the first end? Last rock of the first end here coming right up. All right, this one is over curling really heavily here. Gonna go straight into that red guard up in the very front unless something weird happens here. And to make sure nothing bad happens, it did not have the weight. It is not a concern. That'll just be 2 for yellow. So after one end, that is Sweeping Beauties 2. $1 retail price, no score. Right back with end number 2 here. Sweeping Beauties no longer in possession of the hammer. They have the first throw here of end number 2. Harry Carr in the hack. This one. Will it die at the end? Yes, it will die at the end. I think it'll just be around the top of the 8 foot. Oh, wow. That looked like it was about to die, and then it just didn't. That's right on the T line of the 4 foot on the right side, as we see it up here. And it'll just be a simple takeout being played then. It's up and delivered. This one is over curling. They're going to need to sweep it. And that is gone. That is long gone. No point in doing anything else to it at this point. Save yourselves. All right. That one will come out of play here. The second stone now for the Sweeping Beauties. See what they have in store here. Yeah, I've started to sweep about 2/3 of the way down on this stone. This stone is dying. Dying actually this time, unlike the last one. This one will make it just out to the top of the 12 foot with the sweeping. And they've thrown themselves a good guard here for their stone in the house. Now there's the release. This one does seem maybe a little bit narrow. They started sweeping. It started to curl. Quite a considerable amount. This is coming straight for that guard. If they hit it right, then it could take that rock out of play. Does not have enough weight on it, and in fact, it's going to put that guard right in the 4-foot circle. Currently, yellow sitting 2 here. So now the first shot from Chasse. Let's see here. Third of the way down, they begin sweeping. They've gone off of it now. It was not very emphatic. Now, 2/3 of the way down, going hard. Trying to get it there. Reach the hog line. Coming into the view, they're just going to leave it. And this one should come right down to the back of the 4-foot here. With the sweep, got it into the 8-foot. All right. All right, let's see what shot is dialed up here. A takeout here. Is it going to go right through the middle? And it's going to hit 1. It'll touch 2. That one will stay in. The original rock that was hit is out. Rock thrown by the red team stays in. And that second rock touched. Yellow rock stays in as well. Still sitting to yellow in favor of the Sweeping Beauties. Who are up 2-0 here early on in this one. There's sweep. A little bit of sweeping here, mostly cleaning. Out. Just about to the hog line here. They're just going to let it work its way down. This one might end up back 8, back 12. Just about back at the 12-foot there. That is a good sweeping effort to bring it back, but just not quite able to get it all the way out. Oh, let's see here what the Albany rink has in store. This one coming in very heavy here. Gonna try and take out one or multiple of those stones. It's just gonna take the front, and it will actually not even take that stone out of play. Well, just might have. Our own stone stays in. I'm not sure if that stone is biting or not. By the view we are afforded the overhead camera, it does appear to be out of play, but this is not right above the button. It is a little bit offset, so the angle might be a little different from what you're used to seeing. Now, let's see. From Wilson here. Halfway down the ice. No sweeping just yet. They're going now. Not quite. Lots of changes in the estimation of how long it is over the course of the time it's out there. Of course, that is just how curling is, really. Now, that one will come to rest. Just in the 8-foot circle. Tap the other one in the 8-foot circle. This one comes down pretty quick, halfway down already. It's got to curl. It's got to curl. Trying to get it to curl. I don't think it's going to get there. Just barely, not curling enough. Someone will come out of play. See here, this one, a quarter of the way down. No sweeps yet. Now they're going hard. They're trying to get this one in there. Put as many stones in the house as possible to make it difficult for $1 retail price to score. This one will end up being just a guard, though, as it rolls just across the center line now. Now, this one here, another takeout. Got plenty of pace on it. It needs to curl. They've been throwing a lot of them wide so far. This one is no exception. It needs to come in, and I don't think it will. Trying to will it there. Broder's trying her hardest. Just get it to curl. Be a force of will alone, but she is not a Jedi, unfortunately, as that one will go through out of the back of the house. Now we're on to the skip rocks here. In the second end, Bragg will head down the ice. Brush lined up on the left side of the ice as we see it here. Let's see what she's dialed up here and if she can deliver it. I'm going to try and get it a little bit further than that previous shot if I had to guess. No sweeping just yet. Halfway down the ice. Starting to sweep now. It's starting to curl pretty heavily into this guard here. I think it's just going to nick that guard if it even gets there. This one also coming up short. Still sitting 2, maybe 3 here for the sweeping beauties. They're in a good spot. Even if they cannot hit these last couple shots. Forcing $1 retail price to try and get a good draw in here. But then, with how many stones out-count that only red stone in the house, it will be pretty difficult for $1 retail price to score more than just the single point here in this end. They're leaving it. It has plenty on the pace department. Once again, this one not coming in nearly enough. It's going to try. It is starting to come a whole lot in. But just barely tapping it, not enough to bring it out. That might technically have promoted that red stone. bringing it only to a 2-point play here for the Sweeping Beauties. But obviously, $1 retail price does not want that to happen. We would love to have a nice draw into the house to take the 1. Find the Sweeping Beauties here. I just play a bit of a guard here, try and prevent the draw from happening. Because those 2 in the 8-foot circle for the Sweeping Beauties are a little bit too protected by that very high guard. You can't really play a takeout to get those. And with your last stone, you cannot afford to make a misplay. They are sweeping this one from about 25% of the way up the ice. Still sweeping it here. The Vice will run up and try and help it get there. I'm not sure this quite has the distance to get to the hog line. They're going to try. They're sweeping it really hard, and they will get it over. That is a good effort from there. That one will guard that potential draw attempt from $1 retail price. Now here's the last stone of end number 2. It's going to come around the other direction. I don't know about this one. This is not looking too good. That is just going to come right there in between. Too much weight. And is that going to be 2 for yellow, or is it going to be 3? That is the decision that they'll need to make. Let's see here. Might need to get a measurement. All right, they're going to measure the 2 stones that are biting 12 foot. The one in the back of the house and the one in the right side of the house. That is the concern here right now. And here they are, getting ready to measure. And let's see, who is it going to be? Right, looks like it is going to be yellow. They did not put the stone in the center of their house, so we don't exactly know for sure, but based on the reactions, I think it was yellow, so that would be then 3 more for yellow. Score 5-0 after 2 in favor of the Sweeping Beauties over $1 retail price. Oh, looks like they have told us it is 2 instead of 3, so it is 4-0. Here is now Mary Carr. They're sweeping this one hard. This one might not get up to the hog line. I think they have it. Coming onto your screen now. They are, yep. And they got it there. That's a good effort. Great sweeping there. Definitely got it there when it would not have been there otherwise. So now, first stone for $1 retail price. Halfway down, they start sweeping here. Not the most intense sweeping. Trying to make sure that it's in a good spot. It might actually be too deep. Oh, that'll be perfect. That'll land right on the tee line, just a little bit past it, in the button. Very good play. And now the next stone here from the Sweeping Beauties. Let's see it. Yes. They need this one to curl. They really need it to curl, and it is starting to come in. Might not be enough, but it's certainly starting to come in. They are sweeping this one hard, trying to get it there on the weight. Just going to overcurl maybe a touch, but that will come right down onto the button. Very great play. Sitting one yellow right now. Now, second stone from something here. This one is way, way, way less. They're probably going to need to sweep this one the whole way. Yeah, they're definitely sweeping it here. Seeing what they can do. Should be able to get it there. Yes, this one is there. Good sweeping effort. Now the third stone being played here by the Sweeping Beauties. This is Janice Chasse. They are going to be cleaning this one off here. This one does need to curl a whole lot. It is way, way, way out there, and that one is starting to come in, but it's probably not going to come in enough. They are going to try and sweep it here. This is really coming into the end. Wow. That came in so much at the end. That had a couple feet of break there in the last 30 feet. Very impressive. Great touch on that. Now sitting 2 for the Sweeping Beauties. So now here's Rachel Scavino. This one, they're going to start sweeping it about 2/3 of the way down. It might come into contact with their guard. They can't get it around here. It will. Now can they promote that guard into the house? They do. Not that bad of a result. Here we go. Second of the second stones here. No sweeping just yet. And 1/3 of the way down. They're starting to go here. Now they're really going hard. Halfway down. Let's see. Does this one have the mustard? It's going to come in just to the inside of that red. If it can get there, it'll be a pretty good shot. They're sweeping it very hard. And they've gotten it into the 12-foot circle there. Not a bad effort. Pushing out of the hack, here we are. This is a heavy shot. Definitely take out weight here. Let's see what is going on here. Where is this one going to come up? It will just scrape that. Well, really, that's not that bad a shot. It hit their guard, and then that guard caroms and hit that yellow rock just out of the house there. And now that red rock is waiting at the back of the house. I don't think it's ever going to get a chance to be useful, but it is there nonetheless. Now here we are. Wilson's first in the third. They're sweeping this hard from the hog line. They really want this one to go. I'm not sure this has the weight they wanted, or if this has any weight at all. Well, they've done a very good job sweeping, but it'll just come up short. It'll be a decent guard, though. They do have 2 rocks biting on the button there, so that's certainly a good result for them. Let's see here. This is likely going to be some form of takeout here, unless they're trying to do something strange. It seems like that closer guard, the one just not on the 12-foot, is the target here for this shot. If they hit it, and they hit it a little bit on the right side, on the outside of it, that could end up doubling off those 2 yellow in the house, but this one is well wide. And that one has just hung up at the back of the house. I think for $1 retail price, it makes most sense to just try that shot again the next time, unless the sweeping beauties can put a significant damper on that with this one here. This is certainly guard weight. This is probably not getting there. They've swept it from the hog line. This is a hard sweeping effort. I don't know if this has the pace necessary to get into a legal position. Yeah, they've got it. That is a great sweeping effort there. That just complicates things on the left side of the ice. No takeouts are going to be played over there. It's going to have to be that same shot again, you would think. Yes, giving her way less ice this time. She did ask for less ice in the first one, but it wasn't enough. Now we'll see if it's going to be enough this time. All right. Keepers are following it here. It's about halfway down. It's got a curl still. It's still got a curl. Might still be outside here. And it's not going to curl enough. And that one will roll right through. Right. And Craig comes back down to the near side of the ice, getting ready to throw her first of 2 in this third end. Her team sitting in a good position, up 5-0. With 2 rocks in the button here, counting for her team. And it looks like it's going to be potentially a takeout shot of that one in the 8-foot. No, it is thrown with less weight than that. This one I don't think has enough weight. They need to sweep this. They have started sweeping it. It's about 2/3 of the way down. And picked up the pace now on the sweeping as they come into view here. Want to get this one around into a good usable position. And I don't think it's quite there. The only real shot here, if you are $1 retail price, is trying to hit that double hit again, hit the double takeout. But even then, the other team is sitting one. There's stone on the button, but then you can, again, do it again. Now here's Ryder here. Her first of two, her team with the hammer. Looking to get something on the board here this time. Ace is a quick shot. Trying to hit that one guard the closest to the house. Let's see, it's tracking pretty well right now. Does need to stop curling a little bit. Or over curl. It does neither. And it just hits the left side of that one guard. All right, the shot has been decided. The line is about halfway through the 12-foot, maybe a third of the way through. It is further up. And it's not on the tee line. So then, let's see if we can deliver another really good shot here. One's thrown a little bit. Good. Hopefully come around for them. They are deciding if they want to sweep. Outside sweep only at the moment, trying to promote the curl. It's curling. It is certainly curling. Now they can sweep it to try and get it in a good position. They're just going to leave it as a guard. Top of the 12-foot circle there. That is a beautiful shot. Now here's the last shot to be played in the third end. For $1 retail price, can they hit a good takeout here? Try and take advantage of having the hammer, and it looks like it's just another wide shot. Yet another one wide here today. This is why I drink. That'll be 2 for yellow. After 3, that makes it 7 for the Sweeping Beauties. And $1 retail price, no score. So now the first shot of the fourth end is on the way from Mary Carr. Let's see how this one ends up. Gonna come down into the house here. Just on the center line, about to the 4 foot. There you go. That's a good, solid shot there. Can't be upset with that one. It is going to be a takeout called here by Carosella here. See if they can convert. And they are sweeping this one here just a little bit halfway down, trying to make sure it doesn't overcurl. It is overcurling for sure. And that one is just going to go wide. Unfortunate. Now let's see, can they take advantage and throw a nice guard for this stone here? Narrowly avoiding having it be taken out. They're sweeping. Out 2/3 of the way down. Coming into view right about now. And this one will come to rest on the center line. Very lovely shot there. There's the second shot from Sutton. Let's see how this one goes. They have not touched it yet, as it just about is to the hog line here. And it will touch the guard. That guard goes out of play. It will be replaced. And it has... Well, let's see. They're going to leave it in. Yep, because that has not touched that line. So that will stay in play. Here's this one now. 25% of the way down, they start sweeping, but are quickly called off. They're on it now. They're on it now. 2/3 of the way down, about to get to the hog line. This one is going to end up being a good guard here, replacing the guard that was just taken out. But unfortunately, it will overcurl here. They're going to try and sweep it to the house, but it won't quite get there, leaving that rock in the house wide open for the takeout here, and that's what the call is. Try and take this one out. Here we are. This one really coming down. Got to curl a little more. And it will. That one will come out of play. That one being a peel shot. The rock did not hang around after making contact. Here comes this one just past the hog line. All three players trying to swoop this one in. And it'll get out to the center line. I think they were hoping to get that one in the house. And now, $1 retail price of the chance of their own to get this one into the house. will be one more draw after this, scheduled for about 4:30. One's got started at 2. A little bit afterwards, but plenty of weight on this one. This one, I think, will be right through the house. No harm done. But really, you would hope if you are on dollar retail price that you do have that one in the house. And here's the stone from Wilson. They're sweeping this one from the start here. Mostly just cleaning it. I think they might have burned the stone. Unfortunately, that seems like it's exactly what happened. Or are they looking at the stone for some... perhaps it picked... At any rate, that stone is now out of play. For the team out of Metcalfe, that is certainly a bit of a disappointment there. And that'll give $1 retail price another chance to get this one into the house. And here is the delivery. Looks pretty good. Let's see what this one does. It just seems a little heavy again. This one, they don't need to sweep it. They really don't need to sweep this one, I don't think. I guess they got to get it around that guard, but unfortunately that will have it right through the house. Now the final stone from the vise of the Sweeping Beauties. And they're on this one pretty early, from about 20% in. They're trying their hardest to get this one up there. And this one might not reach the hog line. They're about to come into your view now. Is this one there? No, it is just not going to get to the hog line. That one will be out of play. 2 in a row out of play now for the Sweeping Beauties. Have to see here. Can they get this one in the house? They are sweeping it. They're giving it a very hard sweep. A lot was taken off of this throw, and I think as a result, this one is not going to be getting there. Even if it is there, it's going to curl into that yellow one, so they need to make sure that they get off it now so it doesn't promote the yellow one into the house. I think that would be a poor result if that were the case. So now we've got just the skip stones to go here. First up will be the Sweeping Beauties, up 7-0 here in the 4th end of play out of 8. Team out of Metcalfe. And here's Craig's first stone. It is on the way here. Let's see, they're trying to sweep this one in. Is that going to get there? No, it will not get there, but it will serve as a pretty good guard, meaning that they're going to have to come around the other side. right. Here's Roeder, steps into the hack. Ready to go here. We'll have to see. You can dial up here. And they're sweeping this one hard. It's about 75% of the way there. Just not going to get there. Another one not to the hog line. Very disappointing, you would say. Well, that one is over, but he almost didn't want it to go over. Now let's see what they can draw up. You'd think that they'd be perfectly content to blank an end, but I mean, why would they? They don't have the hammer. Might as well go for it. So let's see. This one is out. It's got plenty of weight. This one might be a little too heavy. In fact, comes in a little bit, and that could promote their guard, but it does not seem to be able to turn enough. And that one will slip right through. So now we could have a blank end here, or we could have $1 retail price taking the one. And if I'm them, I probably blank this end because you're down 7. You need points, and you would like to have the hammer in the next one, I'd say. But it looks like they might go for it here. And this one is coming out very wide. They are happy to blank that end. As the first blanked end we've seen here in our coverage. So then after 4, the score remains. Sweeping Beauties 7, $1 retail price with no score. On to the 5th. $1 retail price retains the hammer here. So, with $1 retail price, retaining the hammer with the blank end, Sweeping Beauties are up first once again. This one, going to sweep it about 75% of the way down. Comes into view here, and this one will come across the center line. That's a pretty good guard. They'll be fine with that for sure. First one from something here. Let's see. One seems to be pretty wide out to the start. I don't know if it's going to be able to come in. They're sweeping it about 60% of the way. And it's about to come up to the hog line here into your view. Let's see, this one is going to potentially die. The sweep might bring it back into the 12, but that one should stay in the house. Yes, it has. Not a bad result there for them. Right, sweeping it. It's about halfway down. They have started sweeping, but they can't seem to figure out if that's what they want to do or not. Lots of sweeping from the outside now, just trying to promote the curl. And that one will curl and end up On the back of the forefoot. Just on the button, actually. That's a great result for them. It is a little bit showing. Not fully guarded by that one up outside the house. But I do not think they're going to try and play a real takeout here. Well, they might. I think one with control weight, control down, thing like that. But it is starting to come outside, so needed to curl. They are sweeping. We'll see. This one could curl right down onto it. Might go a little wide, a little far. That one will end up at the back of the 8-foot there. There is the established precedence now with the yellow stone in front of the red stone. So any potential takeout would need to be at an oblique angle, otherwise red one's going out. Yellow one might stay. Well, let's see here what they can dial up. Coming very far to the outside. Big swinger here planned. Well, the ice has been swinging a lot. And they have started sweeping very emphatically here. This one I do not think will get into the house. And it will be a corner guard. Dollar retail price needs to start the scoring here. It is sitting 1 now for the Sweeping Beauties. Just the one in the house for them. If they can get rid of that stone, which it seems like they're trying to at least, they'd be sitting 3 in a nice spot, but it's got to curl. It is not curling. Not curling at all. It's going to go right down the middle there. Split all of them. Just a slight tap of that one on the left side. Leave it in play in the house. Chassé second here. No sweeping just yet as we're halfway down the ice. Coming up to the hog line now. This is a very delicate shot, and I think it's been played almost nearly to perfection here. Gonna go just a little bit under curled and get swept just out. There was the potential there to bump the stone and leave both of them in, but unfortunately that is not what happened. Now here's a definite takeout try coming up. Is this one going to have the right line? So many have eluded them so far. This one's got to curl. It has got to curl. Bit of cleaning here. It needs to curl. It might just do it. But no. That one will slip by about a half an inch. That is just so unfortunate. They've had so many very, very close tries that have not gone their way here. First stone from Wilson in this 5th end here. Ready to get going here now. goes out of the hat. Let's go. Of the stone. This one's coming out a long way again. They are sweeping it about a third of the way there. Let's see. This one is losing a lot of pace here. Might come just to the left, just the inside of that one guard. And this one will land in the 4-foot circle. And that is now the Sweeping Beauties out of Metcalfe scoring 2. They have three rocks left on the board. $1 retail price. We'll have 3 after this next one is thrown. So Cadwell now going to try the takeout. Potential for a double takeout here if it goes right. This one needs to curl. They always have needed to curl. They've thrown them wide so far. It's got to curl. It's looking decent right now. Trying to promote the curl with the sweeping. It'll get at least 1. And that'll get 2. I think it will still barely be yellow sitting 1. But that has definitely improved the situation a lot. Sweeping Beauties now just content to throw the guard to the top of the 12-foot circle there, just in that hole. You want this one on the top of the 12-foot circle, but it doesn't seem as though that's what's going to happen. Oh, they're sweeping it now, about 75% of the way down. Comes up to the hog line. And they are going to split the gap. It's over curling a little bit. This one might not be of particular usefulness. Well, if there is a need to have a double hit later down the line, those stones are not going to be very useful. Now Cadwell second here. And number 5, 7-0 in favor of the Sweeping Beauties in yellow against $1 retail price in red. This one getting swept, but it is over curling so much. It's the yellow, it's the red, hits the other red out, and that first one will just barely, I think, stay biting, but that was not the shot that they wanted to hit. Just 2 stones remaining now, and Ann Craig is looking it over. She's got her line. She'll make her way down the ice, get ready to throw it. Sweeping Beauties currently sitting 2, could take an even more commanding lead here if they can get the steal. Craig will snap out of the hack, take the draw play, it would seem, as far as the weight goes. Let's see how this one is going to hold up. It is kind of tracking towards that red guard. It is starting to curl in, though. And this one is going to come up right on the 12-foot, over curl up to the 8-foot. They're playing 3 now. Now. Line is right down the middle of the ice. Rotor's explaining the shot to the sweepers so that they know what to do here. And here she is. Pushed out of the hack. Throws the stone up with gusto. This one, not quite online. I think it's a little wide of their intended path. Let's see, it's curling now. They're sweeping hard up to the hog line here. And that will take that stone out. Just a little bit of roll, but that is the red stone now sitting as the shot rock here. Playing $1 retail price, scoring 1 here. Now, here is Craig's final shot here in end number 5. They're sweeping hard, 75% of the way there. Trying to see what they can get out of this. Hitting that red blocker here. And it will... I think that might have promoted the red guard up into the number 2 position here. It depends on the location of that one at the top of the 8-foot here. We'll see what they do. But as of right now, I certainly think it might be 2 red. And the immediate shot to play here would be a draw from the left side. Try and get that within the yellow rocks. That seems to be the shot here that they've chosen. Let's see. How is this one going to turn out? It only needs to be halfway into the 8-foot, and it will be good enough. They're sweeping 75% of the way there. It's to the hog line now. Let's see. Is this one going to curl in? It's not even going to get there. That will be at least 1 scoring for red. Will it be 2? That's the question. They're still mulling it over here. And they are going to go ahead and measure, it would seem. Yep, they are getting the measuring tool here. Measure these 2 rocks. That's the second measurement we'll have in this one. Let's see here. And that is the Yellowstone counting there, I believe. Yeah, count the Yellowstones. I believe that would just then be 1 for red. So then after 5 ends, Sweeping Beauties with $7 and $1 retail price. On the board with 1. We'll take a quick break. You won't miss a thing. 3 rocks thrown so far, 2 for $1 retail price. And here's the second one here for the Sweeping Beauties. This one's kind of over-curling, might hit their guard. Might also over-curl and end up being out there on the corner. They're going to try and get it into the house here, but it will not. It will over-curl. That one red in the house is pretty well defended, and that second red is also in the house, just biting. So they're going to try and swing this around to the left side as we see it from up here. And this one is definitely going to be either in contact with that inner guard or curling through. No, I'm not sure this is going to have enough curl on it. Might promote that yellow into the house. She's going to try and sweep it. Will not get there. It'll get about to the center line, though. Not a bad result. Errol not very happy with the way things have been going. Lots of facial expressions. We are in the 6th end here with the score 7-1 in favor of the Sweeping Beauties out of Metcalfe in Ottawa, Canada, over $1 retail price out of Albany here in the U.S. And we're here in Schenectady, New York at the Schenectady Curling Club. A couple miles northwest of Albany, the state capital of New York, which is a couple hours up the river from New York City. And a couple hours south of Montreal, a couple hours west of Boston. This one's coming in here just across the hog line. Make some contact there. I'll bring that yellow into the house. And that one will bite. Be fully in now on the 8 foot on the right side. The curling club founded in 1907. Had a long history. A lot of good curling. We're very glad to have these competitors with us from Albany and Metcalfe. 2 teams from Ontario this year, the Carosella, both coming from Metcalfe. This one here, this stone halfway through down the line, and it is curling the wrong way, going to be way out here. Would make contact. It did make contact, but it will be inconsequential. That brings up Chasse with her second coming up here. Sweeping Beauties in possession of the hammer now. For the second time in this match, they had it in the first end and collected 2, then had 2 steals in a row to get up to 7 points in this match. Their final match of pool play here. They're sweeping this one. It's about halfway down right now. They're sweeping it hard. They're trying to make sure it hits this red one and doesn't come into the guard. It is going to miss the guard by just an inch. It'll actually just deflect off of it. Doesn't move the guard at all. Changes the trajectory just enough to hit that one head on and have it be hanging around in the 4 foot. And Cal Roeder has no clue what to do. It's hard to win against a team that gets lucky in that manner. But you do need luck to win any event. Skill can only get you so far, and you do need to have a fair bit of luck, because things don't always go your way. This one here is over-curling a little bit. They're going to try and sweep it to keep it out of the way of that guard, and they do it very well. bury the stone just a little bit. And that one coming to rest in the 4 foot. Just a little bit visible, though. There is a potential for a takeout if they want it. And they're going to go for it here. Definitely trying for the takeout here with a little bit of that stone exposed. It is a little bit wide on the release. No sweeping just yet. It needs to curl. It is not curling just yet. It is tracking on line for that yellow stone in the house. It does need to curl. It's starting. It's starting to get there. They could sweep. I think they should sweep right about now. That will move that red stone right onto the button. And that yellow stone will come to rest inside the 8 foot here. Now, what's the plan? They're just going to try to take out one of these stones here in the house for the yellow. $1 retail price needs to score a lot, so the best way to have that start is by moving the other stones, but this one is not on a good line at all. This one over curling, always gone. Unfortunate. Oh, it will knock that one out of play. And actually sweep theirs in. That is something. I told you you need to get lucky to win anything, and they have certainly gotten a bit of luck there. But now it does appear that the team out of Metcalfe is just going to try and take those out. So we'll see if they can shoot the gap here. Get the takeout. It is a very hard shot. Not curling at all, and it doesn't need to. It was thrown straight at it here. That is going to go right through and hit. Take out the one, leave the other one there, and that is yellow as the shot clock now. Now they're going to take a look here. What the best shot is. Only the one stone near the house. You got the other one in the back, but that is not going to count over the 3 that the Sweeping Beauties currently have. All of these matches currently in the 6th end. That started at around 2 o'clock. And it looks like they're going to try and shoot that same gap here. We'll see if that works. Another stone. The stone from yellow is probably going to stay. And the red stone's going to leave unless they can hit it pretty, I don't know, oblique angle. If they hit it square, then the red stone's gone. And that's not necessarily what they want. They need to get a lot of points here. Here is the shot. It is in need of sweeping. They are sweeping it here, but they've gotten off it now. This one needs to curl just a touch, and it will. Will it? Yes, it just gets through. And unfortunately, the result that was expected did happen. Red stone out of the back of the house. Yellow stone still in the house. Red stone still in the house, but the yellow stone is in front there. Currently counting 1 yellow. If the stone colors are to be believed. Over on sheet 1, Cliffhanger is up 5-3 over the Vice's right. On sheet 2, it is a 4-3 advantage in favor of the Rolling Stones over Come On Down Rink. Here it is 7-1 in favor of the Sweeping Beauties over $1 retail price. And on sheet 4, they are tied at 5, that being hole in 1 or 4 and Dollins. We're in the 6th end, and all of these matches going on the 4 sheets at the Schenectady Curling Club simultaneously here. Now this one coming out very wide. They're going to start sweeping it about 60% of the way in. Let's see what they can do. They're just going to play it as a guard, perhaps. Now this one might end up in the house. They can get it there. That'd be a good effort. They have swept it into the house. And that, I believe, does take precedence over that red stone in the back of the house. So if the Sweeping Beauties can remove the red stone that is in the 8-foot circle there, and they might be counting 5 here. And this one coming out wide, halfway down, and starting to sweep now. They're sweeping pretty hard. They want to get this drawn in around the guard and then bumping that yellow stone in the 4-foot. That's exactly what happens, but the yellow stone's still counting, but it is now just 1 in favor of the Sweeping Beauties here. That was the last stone that $1 retail price had to throw. So now it is just Ann Craig there, the skip out of Metcalfe, seeing if she can remove that stone and count a couple for her team. They do not have the ability anymore to just remove that red stone and get 5, so they will be forced to take a 2 here if they can get it. And if they don't, it'll be a 1, which is, still a good result. Any points in that direction at this stage of the game is a very good trend for them. This one coming in now to the hog line. Let's see. It's coming down. They're going to sweep it. They're going to sweep it. This one might just do it. That is a very, very, very good shot played there. That will be 2 then for the Sweeping Beauties in yellow. After 6, the score is 9-1 in favor of the Sweeping Beauties over $1 retail price. Into the 7th end here with the advantage of 9-1 in favor of the Sweeping Beauties, the Canadian rink. They'll get on this one pretty quick, true to their name. First stone here in end number 7. This one should be getting to the hog line, just about coming into the screen now. Curl just over the center line. Good effort. Let's see the response. $1 retail price needing big numbers on the scoreboard from here on out. Just 2 ends remaining. Down 8. Sorry, they're down. Yeah, 8. And you're right. I'm right. This one will come just past the tee line in the 8-foot circle. That's a pretty good shot there to start off. They are going to go for the draw shot in behind their guard here, the Sweeping Beauties. this draw here. They're not touching it yet. About 50% of the way on. Still not touching it. They're cleaning it. Now they're going for it here. Stepped off as they hit the hog line. And this one does not need any more sweeping, I don't think. I'll give it a little more, but that one will come onto the center line in the 8-foot circle, just what the doctor ordered. This one, 75% of the way down, will come out to the hog line right now. Gonna watch it go. They're totally content to just let this one curl in here. And that will still leave the yellow as the shot rock, but they've got 2 of their own stones in there. The shot here from the Sweeping Beauties. They're going to sweep. They're going to sweep it from about 25% of the way down. Really need to get this one there. They're putting in a great effort here at the hog line. It's going to come up. They might be able to get it to the 12-foot if they really hurry. And they do. That is a great effort there. Wow, they really stretched that one out. This one coming in from the left side. Nope. They have chosen to change. The shot is still the same, but now they're going to come in from the right side to draw it in to the center here. Try and make it behind these yellow stones. And this has plenty of weight on it. This is not going to be good enough for a draw. This is headed straight for that red one there. And that does take both stones out of play. Not a good shot there. Battle. USA versus Canada here. Here comes a Canadian. They're sweeping this one pretty early on for about 25% of the way there. They're going hard. They really want to make sure they get it there. And stops at this point. It needs to curl in a little bit if they want it to be a good shot. It's started to come in, and now they've begun sweeping again. This one will come to rest pretty high up, but blocking off a lot of the right side to draws. So now they're going to come in from the left side to do a draw here. Comes this one. Sweeping hard here, sweeping hard, trying to prevent it from coming into that yellow guard, and it will come right into that yellow guard. Thankfully, the guard does go all the way through the house and out. It did not do any damage. But the guard did do its job. It guarded the house. All right, this one coming around the left side. They're sweeping it pretty hard all the way. It's about 75% of the way there right now. This does not have the weight to get into the house. They will go ahead and get off it there, and that is a third rock in the line there. And this one coming in from the right side, going to try and shoot that gap. Let's see if they can do it here. This one is starting to curl. It won't be that wide. Can it curl a little more? It does. And that'll promote the red. The yellow now. That's 2 yellow, certainly. But the red does have precedence in a bunch of double hits. So we'll have to see from there what happens. Now this is getting swept the whole way. They're really sweeping hard to try and get this one there. They're going for the same gap. It is on a decent line here. They'd like to try and get it around the red one and in, but it is not on the right pace. That one will come to rest just next to the red guard. And this is the last stone then from Cadwell here in this 6th end. After this, just the skip rocks remaining. This one coming down on the right side, headed straight for that guard, and it will hit it. And from here, the red stone does kind of bury itself behind that yellow guard. And the yellow stone on the far right end there. Very complex situation. We got 4 guards very high up in the house, like very high up in the on the sheet of ice here, and then you got 4 in the house. Not a whole lot of opportunity for draws here. They're going to try one and see if Ann Craig can deliver here. Plenty of deliverances so far in this match. Let's see another one here. And this one might just do it. It was looking just a little bit heavy here, and that will roll out a little too much into the 12-foot. Not scoring right now, still just 2 to yellow. Of course, the Sweeping Beauties will be perfectly content with 2 because they are up 9-1 as it stands here in the middle of the 7th end of 8. Trying to ensure they know the shot here. 1 rock for each team after this one is done. Draw around the right side. We'll see if it has the line and see if it has the weight. Weight's looking okay right now. Maybe a little heavy. They are sweeping this one. Maybe it's a little light. It's certainly starting to slow down here. They're sweeping really hard, trying to get this one in. All 3 sweeping. And they should stop right about now. And that one will land right about biting the button. And it is pretty well hidden off with the guards. Takeout might not necessarily be a good play here. So, 1 rock remaining for each team. Sweeping Beauties up first by virtue of not having the hammer in this end. We'll see what happens here. Looks like it is a draw. Maybe a little bit of a heavier one, trying to knock that red stone out of the top, out of the 4 foot. Let's see. It's got a curl, and it is starting to curl. Don't want to curl too much now. I think it is just over curling here. That'll over curl and hit a guard. It will actually guard the house pretty well, which means then that they'll be forced to just take 1 and be down 7 without the hammer in the final end. Unless they can pull off a good draw here and get 2. They're going to try it, of course. Because why not? Now here is the final rock of the 7th end on the way. About halfway down the ice right now. He needs to not over curl here. It's got to get around that guard. And they're going to get it around the guard, but do they have the speed necessary? It's tracking. It's certainly looking okay, but it is just going to come short. That'll result in just 1 point in favor of $1 retail price. After 7 ends, it'll be 9-2 in favor of the Sweeping Beauties. And it looks like they are going to go ahead and shake after 7 ends. That'll be the final score. The Sweeping Beauties with 9 and $1 retail price 2. The team out of Metcalfe getting the win in this one. Some scores on the other sheets. Sheet 1, it is 6 to red and 3 to yellow. Let's get a look at who those teams are. 6 to red being cliffhangers over The Vice is Right. On sheet number 2, the Rolling Stones have 7. And Come On Down Rink have 3. We've just found the result on sheet number 3. And on sheet number 4, it is 6 to 5 in favor of Dollins over Hole in One or 4. I'll look at the standings for you in a moment. I have to walk over to the board and I'll be right back. So at the start of this play, of this draw here, Big Wheel Peelers 0-2, Curl On Down 2-0, Januszewski 1-1, and Actual Retail Ice 1-1. That's Pool A. Pool B, the Vice is Right 2-0. Sweeping Beauties 0-2, $1 retail price 0-2, and Cliffhangers 2-0. That now is updated to be Sweeping Beauties 1-2 and $1 retail price 0-3. So that will then confirm that the Sweeping Beauties will be playing in the C playoffs. Whether they are put in as semifinals or direct to the finals will be contingent on the other results. Team Dollins 0-2, Come On Down rank 2-0, Rolling Stones 1-1, and Hole in One or 4-1-1. That in Pool C. The Cliffhangers are currently in the lead on Sheet A. If they win that, that would put them at 3-0. And in their match against the Vice is Right, putting the Vice is Right at 2-1. So that would then, if that result holds, the Cliffhangers would go to the A event. The Vice is Right would go to the B event. Sweeping Beauties to the C event. And $1 retail price. And that'll be it for them. On Sheet 2, it is 7-4 in favor of Rolling Stones. They're 1-1. That would put them at 2-1, and they are up against Come On Down rank, who are 2-0. So those two teams would be 2-1 on the head-to-head tiebreaker. That would put Rolling Stones in the A event, Come On Down rank in the B event, and Hole in One or 4 versus Team Dollins. That is now 6 apiece going into the 8th end here. So it looks as though Team Dollins does have the hammer in that one there. So that would be, that's the decider for who goes to the C event and who is done. Whoever wins will go to the C event, because then they will have the head-to-head over the other one. And then, in this final draw coming up, we have the A events. A2, we have the rest of the A pool play. We've got A2 versus A3, which would be Curl On Down versus Team Januszewski. And on Sheet 3, which will be our broadcast game, that will be Actual Retail Ice versus Big Wheel Peelers. Curl On Down being 2-0. If they win, they are in the A events. If they lose, now they're playing Team Januszewski. They would have the head-to-head over them with that win, which would make things a little interesting. I think the way that it would work, Actual Retail Ice, because they did lose to Curl On Down, that would mean Januszewski, well, who did Actual Retail Ice beat? That's the question. That is the question of the day. Because if Actual Retail Ice defeated the Big Wheel Peelers, no, they haven't played each other yet, there would be a 3-way tie on head-to-head and on points, which means that they would go to the draws that they did last night. Oh, it'll be interesting to see that develop as time goes on. We'll watch the end of this one here on Sheet 4. Now on Sheet 1 through 7 ends, it is now tied at 6. They were able to get 3 in that end. The Vice is Right. That puts them back tied up with the Cliffhangers. And all of these semifinal events tomorrow will be played at 8:30 a.m. We'll have a match for you. And then the 4 finals will be played at noon, simultaneously on all 4 sheets. And we will have the A final for you to award the winners of the Carosella 2022. Looks like play has concluded on sheet 2 with the team in red being the victors. That would be the Rolling Stones. So they move to 2-1. Come on down, rank also moves to 2-1. I think that puts Rolling Stones into the A event. Team out of Metcalfe. Putting on a very good showing in pool play here. And for Come On Down Rink and a Schenectady, that will probably put them in the B event here. Well, we could still have the 3-way tie here if hole in 1 or 4 gets the win. I believe, if my math is correct, which it is often not. All right, Rolling Stones 2-1. Come on down, rank 2-1. That puts them tied with the tiebreaker going to Rolling Stones. But one of Rolling Stones, their loss, I believe, was to hole in 1 or 4. Hole in 1 or 4 losing to Come On Down Rink. But if hole in 1 or 4 wins this one here in the last end, that would put it on a 3-way tie, with both of the teams having tiebreakers over each other, which means it would go to the draws. Over on sheet 1, Vice is right, putting the pressure on. They've got 3 stones in the house. I believe 2 of them are counting right now over the closest red. There's going to be a red takeout here coming in from the Cliffhangers. We saw them in our first broadcast. Haven't seen them again. Hope to see them in the A final. But at the same time, I'd love to see the Vice is right. They'll peel that 1 stone, and then now it's just 1 counting for the Vice is right. The team out of Nutmeg, out in Connecticut. We've got just the skip stones to go here on sheet number 4.
How are you?
Well, absolutely. But if
There's 2 stones to go. 1 on each side here on sheet number 4. Just 2 to go for each team on sheet number 1. And it is Cliffhangers counting right now. I'll probably just want to throw a guard here, right? You think you don't need to score more than 1. Well, now the stage is very clearly set here. Just a simple draw into the 4-foot will do it. That'll get them the win, and that will create the dream scenario we've all been waiting for here. And they're going to sweep it here. They're sweeping. They're sweeping for line. They don't want it to overcurl. It might overcurl here. It's also not. It's really short as well, and that will do it. The 3-way tie dream scenario is unfortunately not going to come about. That'll do it. It will mean, let's take a look here. Let me get my math correct. That puts Team Dollins to 0-3. That puts Hole in 1 or 4 to 2-1. No, I actually did do the scenario. I'm stupid. Because Rolling Stones did beat Come On Down Rink. Hole in 1 or 4 did beat Team Dollins. Team Dollins is 0-3, and the other 3 teams are 2-1. This is gonna come down to the draws, because all 3 have tiebreaker over each other by head-to-head. Oh, let's see. We've got just a couple more shots to go over on sheet number 1. One more stone for each team on sheet 1, and then that will conclude this portion of the coverage. There is another draw, the final draw of 6 here this weekend, scheduled for 4:30, although it does seem as though that might be a little bit delayed. But we will go live on a new stream for the final draw of pool play. And then we'll have the 2 Sunday playoff draws starting at 8:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Please make a note of the fact that daylight savings time is tonight. It ends. Don't oversleep. Don't undersleep either. And they have shook over on rink number 1, on sheet number 1. It does appear then that Cliffhangers are going to get the win by 1 shot. That is a final score of 7-6 after 8 ends. Cliffhangers 3-0. They will go to the A event. Since the winning team out of the C bracket will be 2-1, you can confirm them to be in the semi-final instead of the final. And we will have to see about the winner in Pool A. Because if the winner in Pool A is also 2-1, we do have another scenario, potentially, I believe. Yes, there is another potential 2-1 scenario here. If that takes place, the winner's 2-1, and that would put Cliffhangers directly into the final, the noon event, here on sheet number 3 tomorrow. So we will have to wait and see. But that'll be it. That is all of our coverage for this particular draw. We will end the stream. There will be a new stream on our YouTube channel, so be sure to go over to the YouTube channel and then refresh about 10 minutes from now. Hopefully it will show up. Just keep looking and it'll be there. And then we'll be able to conclude our coverage with the final draw of pool play. The final 2 matches of the A pool. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Please have a good day.